Hello, Captains, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are continuing our adventures in the California Dreams bush trip, flying the Cessna 208 Grand Caravan from Catalina to the Sea Ranch. We are on leg number 12, heading from Buchanan Field to San Rafael. Trip's supposed to be about 16 minutes. We'll see how long it actually takes once we get into the air. Here's the overall route we've taken so far. We're getting pretty close to the Sea Ranch over there on the left side. Let me hop into the cockpit, get the GPS and autopilot set up, and then we'll go ahead and get into the air. Alright, we have our altitude set to 3,500 feet. Autopilot is linked to the GPS. Let's go ahead, do our takeoff roll, get up in the air, and then we'll read off the first destination. Get ourselves pointed in that direction, and enjoy the flight. Best to stay on the center line there. This plane has a really weird thing where the direction of pull changes as you increase your speed. It's kind of weird. Alright. Here we are. Get our autopilot set. Get a nice 1,200 foot per minute ascent rate set up for that. Get ourselves turned around, headed towards POI 66, which is Mount Diablo. From Buchanan Field, set a heading to the southeast to Mount Diablo, which is at 3,849 feet above sea level. Can be seen from up to 100 miles. Oh. Which at, okay, I think I read that. I read that very weirdly, sorry. Set a heading to Mount Diablo, which at 3,800 feet above sea level can be seen from up to 100 miles distant during clear days. Okay, that, I don't know, I must have missed the word which or something. It was just, in my brain I missed it and it just sounded very strange to me. So yeah, we're gonna fly off in this direction and then it'll curve us off back over to the right. This should be a relatively short flight at 16 and a half minutes. According to the nav log here. I generally put in cuts to try to make these videos a bit less boring from a visual standpoint, because unlike my Star Citizen and my trucking videos, the terrain doesn't really go by very fast, or the visual part of it doesn't change very fast, so we end up taking a very long time getting where we're going, and the very slow sliding past of the terrain isn't exactly the most visually interesting thing in the world, and I can only make up for that so much with my yakking, so I generally try to put cuts in there. Got about 7 miles before we reach the waypoint over there. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a quick little view of this, and then we'll go ahead and do a quick cut over to where we're going to turn off away from the mountain. Alright, here we are at Mount Diablo. It looks like we're going to be turning off here in just a moment. This particular waypoint has a very large curve away because of the sharp angle of the turn, so you can see we're already starting to turn off. But there's Mount Diablo. Let's go ahead and read off the next one. San Francisco and Oakland Bay Bridge. From Mount Diablo, sight the San Francisco Bay to the west, head towards the city of Oakland on the eastern shore of the San Francisco Bay, and continue to the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge, which connects Oakland with San Francisco. Jeez, can they use the same words over and over again anymore? Via Yerba Buena Island along Interstate 80. Alright, man, I kept having to say the same words over and over again. It sounded very repetitive. So as we always do, we'll wait till we get turned off towards our destination so you guys can have a visual reference of where we're going. But other than that, we got a nice panoramic view of the San Francisco area, or at least the outskirts of the San Francisco area. Nice big body of water over there, and then the ocean. Very nice. Like we're almost lined up with it, and we have ourselves about 17 miles before we're going to reach the next before we're going to reach this bridge that they were talking about. And then after that, we'll hit Treasure Island, a few very small landmarks. It looks like they're going to be one right after the other, and then we're going to land at the airport. So I will definitely be cutting through this little section here because it's going to take us a little bit to get over to the bridge area up there. See you guys back in a second. Right, here we are in the San Francisco Bay area. I wanted to make sure you guys got a good view of the area as we're coming into it, because we've got a lot of buildings starting to show up, and we're in the heavily populated area around the bay. this is, I think maybe this might be the bridge. And there's, I think that maybe that might be the Golden Gate Bridge. The pillars look like it probably is. I've driven over the Golden, I don't know. I've driven over the Golden Gate Bridge a few times in my life, just on for various reasons. I was up in San Francisco. Pretty sure it's that one, because yeah, this is Treasure Island right here. Leads into the main city of San Francisco. And I'm pretty sure that if I remember correctly, the Golden Gate Bridge leads into like a tunnel or something over here. I don't know. It's been 15 plus years since the last time I've been up there, so I honestly don't remember. But I'm pretty sure that's the Golden Gate Bridge, and I'm pretty sure it goes straight into like a tunnel that leads you to the other side of somewhere over there. But anyways, yep, this is the, I believe this is the bridge that they were talking about. And next up is going to be Treasure Island, just north of Yerba Buena Island, which lies at the heart of San Francisco Bay and offers incredible views of the San Francisco skyline, notably the Trans-America Building, one of the most famous works of architecture in history. So, we're going to be turning off, and it's only a couple of miles away from where we are now. So, this is Treasure Island right here. We'll see if we can, like, look down at it. Probably not, because the cockpit is going to be, the actual plane itself is going to be in the way, but I mean, I guess we can fudge things a little bit and do a little bit of external camera work here, just so we make sure you guys don't miss anything. Treasure Island, very cool. Then we're going to turn off to the left, and we're going to be heading towards Twin Peaks from Treasure Island, instead of heading to the southwest, flying over the heart of San Francisco and all its spectacular architecture, old and new, to Twin Peaks. At 922 feet above sea level each, Twin Peaks are the second highest points in San Francisco and offer the most sweeping views of the entire city. So there you go. I am actually going to start descending because we're getting close to the end of, let's see, do 1,500 feet, and then we'll just make sure that we're descending at like 700 feet per minute. That should be fine, because we are getting relatively close to needing to land. We're going to pass by the Golden Gate Bridge, the Marin Highlands, and if I need to climb back up again, I guess it's not that big of a deal. You know what? What the? Okay. I must have not been paying attention to my speed. I'm not sure what just happened there. Oh yeah, okay. I was not paying attention to my speed, and yeah, that tends to happen when you do that. Okay, let's get our altitude set. I'm gonna set it at 2,500 feet. Oops. Let's see, vertical speed, do 700 feet per minute. I wasn't paying attention to my speed. That happens when you do that, so whatever. Oops. At least we had a waypoint just now, so let me collapse all of these again, and so whatever. Okay, I wasn't thinking about it. I didn't think I was descending fast enough that speed would have been an issue, but whatever. I guess, see, the only thing about relying on autopilot so heavily is you're not really paying much attention to the actual flight. It's bad airmanship, I know, but as I say in some of my other games, it's just a simulator, and I'm mostly here to provide you guys with an experience, not necessarily to impress you with my amazing pilot skills. So there's the Golden Gate Bridge right there. We got less than 3 miles until we're going to turn off towards that. It's going to curve us off heavily to the right. We're going to cross the Golden Gate Bridge, and let's see, 71, 72, and then, okay, yeah, so the airport's going to be like over here somewhere. So we're going to cross over the Golden Gate Bridge area, and then descend down into there to get our landing done. Away we go. From Golden Gate Park, fly along the western side of the Golden Gate Bridge, which spans the Golden Gate, the strait connecting the San Francisco Bay with the Pacific Ocean. Get ourselves turned off all the way. Get ourselves a nice view of the coast as we're turning off towards the north. And the Golden Gate Bridge. We just got to fly over the little mountainy area there and land over at the airport. Looks like it's going to be off in this direction. Based off of what the GPS is showing us here, it's going to be, I don't know, 10-ish miles, something like that. What does it say? It tells me here. Yeah, about 11 miles before we go, after we cross the Golden Gate Bridge and go over the little coastline over here, it'll be another 10 miles or so after that. So we'll definitely put a cut in there. But for now, let's just enjoy flying by the Golden Gate Bridge. Get as much of a view of the city as we can before we depart. Already getting ready to turn off to the Marin Headlands. From the midpoint of the Golden Gate, turn to the northwest to the heights of the Marin Headlands, which provide some of the most spectacular and sweeping views of the entire San Francisco Bay. So we're going to turn off to the left and head over here. After we get over to where the gate is. Again, I will go ahead and pop out to the external view so we can get a nice close-up point of view of the Golden Gate Bridge. I generally try to stay in the cockpit for most things, but when we're crossing major landmarks like this and they fly us straight over it instead of putting us off to the side where we can get a good view of it, I gotta put us outside the airplane. All right, and this one only has a 1.5 mile distance, and then we'll turn off to the right. So, welcome to the Marin Headlands. Already turning off to the right. Excellent. All right. So our final leg for this is the San Rafael Airport, I guess. From the Marin Headlands, follow Route 101 to San Rafael Airport, just north of the city. So we'll be looking for a light-colored airstrip once we get over there, but it is 11 miles away, so we're going to go ahead, get leveled off so you can see the direction that we're going to be heading, and then I will go ahead and put a brief cut in there so that you're not having to watch the terrain just sliding by for another 2 or 3 minutes. Give you guys a nice view of the overall terrain before we do, though. And I will see you guys once we're close to where we're ready to land. All right, we are within a few miles of the airport. I actually had to turn the GPS GPS nav tracking off because it wants to turn us off towards the next area. It's up here in front of us somewhere, but I don't see anything that looks like a runway going in this direction. Because according to this, it's a 45-degree angle from us right now. And I don't see a runway. It looks like that. But, I mean, I guess regardless, let's go ahead and start descending down to like 1,500 feet. So that by the... Oh, it says we're like right on top of it. Hold on a second here. What's going on? Oh, well, that's so fast. I should have a second to like fix that. Okay, well, you guys are seeing some ineptitude here. Well, whatever. Confused as to where we are right now. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, I guess I'll be back then, because again, we we're way back over here at the last waypoint. Never mind. I'll be back in a second. Alright, well, we're trying this again. Supposedly it's right on the other side, based on zooming in, it's right on the other side of this little hill here, so let's see. There's a little bit of water. A little bit of water somewhere over here. Start pulling back on the throttle, get the autopilot turned off. I'm gonna turn off to the left here. I still don't see it, but it's supposed to be off to the right a little bit. Some of these airstrips are just really difficult to find. Alright, got ourselves our first level of flaps in. Really trying to pull up. Okay, there we go. What is this telling me here? It's still off to the right, and I still don't see anything that looks like an airstrip. Is it this? I guess so. Alright, well, we'll swing around then and try to land. Super confusing. I would imagine that in real life with unlimited visual resolution, it would be much easier to spot it, but at 1080p, it's not sharp enough to stand out as an actual airport, especially when it didn't even look like pavement to me. Let's see, just getting ourselves turned around here. Go ahead and get our second notch of flaps in. That can't be the runway, can it? I guess it could be. It's just very weird. I guess that's what threw me off, is that this curve at the end made it seem not like it wasn't a runway. But it clearly is. Very strange. Alright, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the flight. Be sure to click that like button so the YouTube algorithm knows that you did, and sends the video out to more viewers. The more people we can get along for these flights, the better. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your feed and you'll be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members do get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click that join button. Check out the list of perks that will become available should you choose to support the channel directly, and decide if any of those are right for you. Again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed my not so stellar flight, and I'll see you for the next one.